You ever notice how some politicians can't go to the airport without turning it into a whole press event? Cameras, security, somebody yelling about taxes. Yeah, Zohran Mamdani is not one of them. In fact, the New York State Assemblyman from Queens, yes, the guy who bikes to the Capitol, fights for tenants, and tweets like a witty activist poet, might actually be one of the stealthiest travelers in American politics. Today we're breaking down how Zohran Mamdani secretly travels, how he avoids attention, and why his method is kinda genius. Let's get into it. He travels like a normal guy. And that's the trick. You know how some politicians travel like they're part of the Avengers? Sunglasses, entourage, someone holding a suitcase that probably contains nothing but protein bars and stress? Zohran Mamdani is the complete opposite of that energy. This man shows up like he's late to a shift at Trader Joe's, backpack slightly worn out, sneakers that have definitely seen some bike miles, and that calm, I swear I charge my Metro card face. There's no security detail, no assistant jogging behind him, no press waiting to snap photos. Just Zohran blending into the crowd like he's a grad student trying to finish a paper on the train. And that's exactly why nobody ever clocks him. He disappears into New York like a drop of water falling into the Hudson. People walk straight past him because he looks like someone who's about to ask, "Yo, does this train go to Queens, or am I lost?" Nobody expects a nationally known state legislator to stroll into LaGuardia Airport looking like he's headed to a coffee shop for a study session. And honestly, that's the genius of it. When you look normal, nobody looks twice. His real secret weapon, the bike. Here's the funniest part. Everyone else is busy tracking politicians through airports, scouring flight logs, refreshing Reddit threads, and trying to guess which terminal they're sneaking through. Meanwhile, Zohran Mamdani is literally out here biking across New York City like he's starring in a wholesome coming-of-age movie set in Queens. And the man is committed. Rain? He bikes. Heat wave? He bikes. Political event across the boroughs? You already know. He's pedaling there with a backpack and vibes. When you bike everywhere, you become a ghost in the system. You don't show up on flight manifests. You don't leave digital breadcrumbs. You dodge TSA, airports, and all the gossip they generate. And nobody ever expects an assemblyman to be weaving through traffic like a delivery driver racing to secure a 5-star rating. It's almost unfair how effective this is. People look at him and think, oh, just another guy heading to work. Not, this man is shaping policy. Honestly, respect. If Captain America were from Queens, wore normal sneakers, and cared deeply about urban planning, this would be his transportation method. It's low-key heroic and borderline impossible to track. Public transit, the ultimate invisibility cloak. While other politicians are out here doing dramatic airport walk-ins or posting photos next to private jets like it's part of a campaign strategy, Zohran Mamdani gets on the subway. No entourage, no staged candid photos, just Zohran and whatever the MTA decides to throw at him that day. And if you've ever taken the NYC subway, then you already know one thing. Nobody cares who you are. You could be a senator, a TikTok star, or Beyonce in a wig, and 90% of the train is still laser-focused on pretending the guy aggressively eating tuna isn't real. It is the ultimate equalizer. This makes it the perfect camouflage for a politician who doesn't want attention. Zohran can literally stand 2 feet from a commuter, and they'll be too busy trying not to fall over when the train brakes like a roller coaster. He just slips onto the train, grabs a pole, zones out like every other tired New Yorker, and before anyone even realizes, boom, he's already across Manhattan, Queens, or wherever he needs to be. No photos, no whispers, no "is that him" moments. It's not stealth technology. It's just the MTA doing what it does best, distracting everyone. He books everything last minute, on purpose. Look, the man is chaotic, but in that oddly efficient political science graduate kind of way. You know the type. Color-coded Google Calendar, 10 open tabs, but somehow still buying tickets like he just remembered he has a meeting in 3 hours. Zohran books everything last minute. We're talking last-minute flights, last-minute Amtrak, last-minute buses, last-minute "Oh wait, I actually need to be in Albany tomorrow" energy. And there's a method behind the madness. Last-minute booking means nobody has time to track him, speculate about him, or leak anything. You can't follow the breadcrumb trail if the breadcrumb doesn't exist until 11:59 p.m. the night before. It's political stealth mode. This is the exact strategy celebrities use when they don't want paparazzi catching them at LAX. Except instead of dodging TMZ, Zohran is dodging something far scarier. The local guy in his Twitter replies who has way too much time and way too many opinions. It's honestly brilliant. By the time someone goes, "Wait, is Zohran traveling today?" he's already halfway there, holding a coffee, scrolling through emails, looking like travel was a spontaneous idea. High-level politician, low-level traceability, peak efficiency. His itinerary is basically a secret side quest. Most politicians travel for the classic reasons: big speeches, fundraisers, ribbon cuttings, and the occasional awkward photo where they pretend to enjoy local food. Zohran Mamdani? Completely different mission. This man travels like he's playing an open-world RPG and keeps stumbling into side quests. His trips genuinely look like this: attend a tenant union meeting, show up at a random neighborhood event, support activists protesting something important, and yes, occasionally grab some suspiciously good food from a place only locals know. His destinations are unpredictable, simply because his priorities are grassroots, not glam. He's not chasing photo ops, he's pulling up to community spaces that most politicians don't even know exist. And this is where it gets wild. He'll literally fly across the state for a housing rally, speak to a group that cares deeply about the issue, uplift their voices, and then vanish back home like a side character with a very tight schedule. Before you even realize he was gone, he's back in Queens, unlocking the next mission. Zohran basically uses New York like a video game map. Fast travel activated, no cutscenes, no fanfare. He's not unpredictable. He's just running on Player 2 energy. No entourage, no flash, no noise. Some politicians travel with enough people to start their own small army. You know the look. 10 staffers jogging behind them, 2 black SUVs parked illegally somewhere nearby, a photographer snapping dramatic walking photos, and a stressed-out guy whose only job is to hold the coffee and pray nothing spills. Zohran Mamdani could not be further from that vibe. Bro travels like a college kid heading home for winter break on a budget. Half the time, it's literally just him and a slightly overstuffed backpack that probably contains a few documents, some emergency snacks, maybe a book he swears he'll finish, and definitely 3 different pens because he absolutely seems like the type who triple packs writing tools just in case. There's no entourage clearing the way for him, no assistant shouting into a headset, and no flashy politician energy. He moves through the city like a regular guy who just remembered he left his laundry in the dryer. And that's the brilliance of it. He's invisible because nobody expects an elected official to be this low maintenance. It's efficient, it's practical, and honestly, it's kind of refreshing. No noise, no performance, no production. Just Zohran, a backpack, and the mission. The cool part? It actually keeps him connected to real people. Here's what makes Zohran Mamdani's whole stealth travel thing genuinely interesting. It's not just about avoiding attention, it actually keeps him rooted in the real everyday experience of New Yorkers. When he moves through the city like everyone else, he's not observing public life from a distance. He's living it right alongside the people he represents. He sees the delays up close. He stands on the same overcrowded platforms during rush hour, doing that silent head shake everyone does when the train is 6 minutes away. Again. He squeezes into packed subway cars, deals with broken escalators, and experiences all the strange, chaotic, unforgettable moments the MTA has to offer. He feels the frustration, the exhaustion, and the human comedy of it all. And that's why his policies resonate in a real way. He's not basing decisions on reports or filtered staff briefings. He's navigating the same transportation struggles, the same public spaces, the same unpredictable city energy as his voters. He understands the issues because he literally lives them every day. Yeah, the low-key lifestyle helps him stay under the radar, but more importantly, it keeps him real. Zohran isn't above public life, he's inside it, moving with the people he serves. So yeah, while some politicians are doing full-time red carpet travel, Zohran Mamdani is basically playing stealth mode on real life. Biking, subways, last-minute tickets, nothing flashy. Just a dude moving quietly through the city, doing the work. If you liked this breakdown of political stealth travel, hit that like button, drop a comment about the wildest public transit story you've ever seen, and subscribe for more human, fun explainer videos. And hey, check out the next video where we break down how billionaires travel without anyone noticing. Spoiler, it involves way more private jets and way fewer bicycles.